are. Repairing a vena cava. Goes to hell. Derek,
Hey, lovely viewers. Welcome to our channel, Grey's Anatomy Official. Grey's Anatomy is returning for Season 22 this fall on ABC, continuing its streak as the longest-running primetime medical drama on television. But with nearly 2 decades on air, questions about how much longer the series will run have been surfacing, especially after it was moved to the October 9th time slot starting in Season 21. So, naturally, some fans are already envisioning where the show might be heading for its eventual grand finale. On Reddit, one Grey's watcher offered up a compelling theory about the ultimate ending of the show, based on recent events. Chiefly, the fact that Meredith Grey, played by Ellen Pompeo, has devoted her professional life to finding a cure for Alzheimer's, the disease that claimed her mother's life. The original thread poster predicted, and I quote, "If it ever does end, I think it's pretty obvious Meredith will get Alzheimer's while working on the cure and use it to cure herself. I think that's where it's headed personally." Another user responded with a bit of disagreement, predicting, Meredith gets Alzheimer's just short of the cure or finishes it right as Alzheimer's hits hard. Yet another user concurred with the prediction that Meredith would become afflicted by the disease she's feared for so long. They even conjured a specific, heartbreaking scene, writing, "I am imagining Meredith talking with someone, and they mention how Derek would love to see how far she's come as a surgeon after doing legendary, groundbreaking, never-before-seen work. Then she says, 'Who is Derek?' Talk about a punch to the gut." Another fan who agreed that Meredith getting Alzheimer's is the obvious direction had a similarly gulp-inducing vision for how that will look, writing, "It is my thinking that in the last episode, the Alzheimer's causes Meredith to go back before she had Ellis and she is searching for Derek, which breaks Nick's heart. But not everyone thinks Meredith will get Alzheimer's." At least one poster had a different theory about where the long-running Alzheimer's thread may be sewn up, turning to Ellis Grey's other daughter, Maggie Pierce. This fan wrote, "I do think Maggie is going to get Alzheimer's and Meredith will discover a cure. Maybe too late for Maggie, but before Maggie dies, she gets the first dose. It will be unexpected since she most likely has the gene too from Ellis, but the focus is so much on Meredith with Alzheimer's, it's gonna sneak attack." It's worth noting, of course, that Maggie is no longer a regular character on Grey's Anatomy, but she has popped back into the show on occasion. Meredith's fate wasn't the only subject of the thread, of course. Other predictions about the future of Grey's included a theory that Amelia Shepherd might eventually become chief of surgery, Catherine Fox could ultimately succumb to her cancer, and Teddy Altman and Owen Hunt might tragically perish in an accident. However, one commenter had a much brighter vision of the future of Grey's, writing, "Bold of you to think this show is ever going to end. I swear Shonda Rhimes' children are going to inherit the show after she dies." We'll have to wait to find out what's ahead for Grey's Anatomy when the show returns for Season 22 on October 9th. Until then, what are your thoughts about how Grey's might end? Hit the comments below to weigh in on these theories and/or offer your own. In some somber news, Grey's Anatomy star Kevin McKidd, who plays Owen Hunt, recently announced the passing of his father Neil. McKidd shared an emotional tribute on social media on October 24th, alongside several pictures of him and his dad over the years. He wrote, "Heartbroken today, but grateful for the years of love and laughter we all had together. Thank you for making Mum so happy for the 56 years you both had together. Love you, Dad, always." Announcer, McKidd's Grey's Anatomy co-stars, including Jason George, shared their condolences in the comment section. "Our thoughts are with Kevin and his family during this difficult time." Speaking of cast members, Ellen Pompeo, our very own Meredith Grey, recently spilled the beans on a nightmare Grey's Anatomy scene that apparently had her in tears during filming. Announcer, while there are plenty of crazy moments in Grey's Anatomy history, Izzy cutting Denny's LVD wire, Meredith learning Derek and Addison were married, and of course, Derek's shocking death, there's one insane moment that Ellen Pompeo still hasn't watched, Meredith and George O'Malley sleeping together in Season 2. Announcer, Ellen Pompeo revealed she cried real tears during her sex scene with TR Knight. The scene comes in Season 2, episodes 18 and 19, when George and Meredith decide to sleep together. Then Meredith changes her mind, and George gets all offended. It sounds like it was as uncomfortable to film as it was to watch for many fans. Even though deaths in TV shows are purely fictional, The loss of a character audiences once loved can still be incredibly difficult to process. We're diving into some of the most memorable and heartbreaking TV character deaths, and of course, Grey's Anatomy makes this list multiple times. From Finn Hudson in Glee, whose death was heartbreakingly written into the show after actor Corey Monteith's tragic passing, to David Rosen in Scandal, whose demise in the series finale still leaves us scratching our heads. Announcer. On Grey's Anatomy, 2 deaths in particular continue to haunt us. The surgical intern was pronounced brain dead after being hit by a bus during a dramatic Season 6 episode in 2009. Derek Shepherd, McDreamy's death was not easy to deal with, but as some fans point out, it paved the way for other dreamy doctors to join the cast. Other unforgettable deaths include Logan Roy in Succession, Pussy Washington in Orange is the New Black, Wes Gibbons in How to Get Away with Murder, and the brutal end of Glenn Rhee in The Walking Dead. These fictional losses show just how deeply we connect with these characters and their stories. Which TV show death still gets you worked up? Let us know in the comments. While Grey's Anatomy has been on air for what feels like forever, there's one character who has never been Eric Dane's Dr. Mark Sloan, also known as McSteamy. Mark Sloan's death in the Season 9 premiere, from injuries sustained in a plane crash, was one of the show's most chaotic departures. Dane, now 51, recently appeared on Dax Shepard's Armchair podcast and got candid about how his exit from the Shonda Rhimes-created show really went down. "I think I was let go," the Euphoria actor said, adding that at the time of his departure, he was suffering from addiction issues. However, he insisted that the producers didn't let me go because of that. He explained, "Although it definitely didn't help. I was starting to become, as most of these actors who have spent significant time on a show, you start to become very expensive for the network. And the network knows that the show is going to do what it's going to do irrespective of who they keep on it. As long as they have their Grey, they're fine." Dane went on to say, "I wasn't the same guy they had hired. So I understood when I was let go. And Shonda was really great. She protected us fiercely. She protected us publicly. She protected us privately. But I was probably fired. It wasn't ceremoniously like, 'You're fired.' It was just like, 'You're not coming back.'" Announcer. He also revealed that when he first signed on, he had been sober for a few years, but the instant fame from a hit network series took a toll on him. "If you take the whole 8 years on Grey's Anatomy, I was effed up longer than I was sober. And that's when things started going sideways for me," he confessed. It's a powerful insight into the pressures of Hollywood. Get ready for a drama-filled guest appearance. Jack McBrayer, best known as Kenneth Parcell from 30 Rock, is set to make a guest appearance on Grey's Anatomy. In the trailer for the October 10th episode, McBrayer plays a patient named Tom Costello, who arrives at Grey Sloan Memorial for a kidney transplant without general anesthesia. As they prepare to operate, Simone Griffin introduces the patient, Tom Costello, 33. Kidney transplant without general anesthesia. Nick Marsh asks, "What are the benefits of an awake surgery?" as the interns look stumped. And while laying on the operating table, Tom questions, "Is he prepared?" It sounds like a tense and fascinating episode. Elsewhere in the trailer, Meredith Grey prepares to do a liver biopsy on Catherine Fox and tells Nick that her cancer may have spread. Nick replies, "Richard doesn't know, does he?" During the procedure, machines beep off and Meredith acknowledges she might never wake up for this. Richard needs to know. On the Season 21 premiere, Meredith discovered Catherine's cancer was progressing and she needed immediate treatment, but Catherine wanted her to keep it a secret. She even threatened Meredith, saying, "I've blackmailed people over far less." Actress Debbie Allen has teased that Catherine will face some real challenges this season. It's going to be an intense ride. Thanks for watching this video, lovely viewers. Please hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. We'll see you next time on Grey's Anatomy Official.